What's up, my little flowers? Welcome back to hell, and welcome to another video in my ranking discography series. I've previously ranked Blackpink, TXT, BTS, and now we are doing Kep1er's music. Now, you might be wondering why Kep1er is next, because I would probably rank another hype group next, or another big group like EXO's discography. However, I've chosen Kep1er for a couple of reasons. Number one, Boys Planet just recently ended, and Kep1er came from the same program, but the girl version, so it feels like it's time to rank them. Second, Kep1er finally has a decent amount of music out. I'll probably re-rank them all once their temporary contracts are up, but for now, we're gonna do the songs that they have. Lastly, I see Kep1er get a lot of hate for flopping. Like, some people really hate their music. Now, I will say that some of their title tracks are not my favorite. We Fresh. However, I think that a lot of people brush Kep1er to the side due to this. They never bother to listen to their B-sides, which I think is a huge mistake because Kep1er knows how to make B-sides. They are seriously fantastic. So I hope you find a song you like if you haven't listened to them before. And if you do listen to them, then let me know your favorites. As always, before we start, I will issue this very short disclaimer. Music taste is subjective, and my ranking is my ranking. It will not be the exact same as yours, and I would be shocked if it was. Just enjoy the video, because I genuinely do not hate any music that the girls have put out. There are songs that are not my taste, or just not meant for me, but I don't think that they are bad. I can appreciate the work that went into them. And with that being said, let's start the ranking. Now, I will not be ranking any of the songs from Girls Planet unless they made it onto the debut album, so I just want to make that clear. Before we talk about the debut album though, let me introduce you to the tier levels. At the very top, we have Where Are the Awards? Because I'm serious. Where are the awards for these songs? These are the best of the best, and if you haven't heard these, then I cannot recommend them to you enough. The next tier is Haters Stay Pressed, because everyone loves preying on Kep1er's downfall, but these songs stay sweeping haters under the table. Next we have Wake One Can Actually Do Something Good, because I hate that company, but these songs are a rare W for that company. In the middle is Cute Bops. These are songs that I like and enjoy playing them, but they wouldn't be the first songs that I would recommend to you. Next we have I do pull these out from time to time, because as the title says, I do pull them out from time to time. They're nice songs, but I listen to them a little less than others. Next is I'm Blaming Mnet. These are songs that are not made for me. I've listened to them a few times, but they each have reasons for being in this tier. And finally, we have We Fresh. I think you can figure out what goes here. Now, I will explain this when I get to We Fresh, but until then, let's just start with Kep1er's debut album, First Impact. See the Light. The first song on the album is See the Light, and I'm gonna throw it in the pull out from time to time tier. I liked listening to it when it first came out, but as time has gone on, I've found myself listening to it less and less. However, I do think that it sets the tone of the album and their debut well. It could be an intro at a concert. Wadada. Now, Wadada is the main song for this debut, and I think that most K-pop fans have at least heard parts of it, and everyone seems very divided on it. People either love it or they hate it. I actually like this debut. Is it my favorite title track from them? No, but I think that it got a lot of unnecessary hate. It was a solid debut, and they actually still had a little bit of the space future concept at the time. I loved the choreography because I feel like it set them apart. You could instantly recognize Kep1er, Wadada when you saw it. It also showcased that Kep1er was not going to sound exactly like IZ*ONE, as they were a different group. Overall, I think that this song is iconic and is actually pretty fun to listen to. Even if you hate it, you do have to admit that it is a pretty famous part of K-pop now. Mask. This is a great example of how great Kep1er's B-sides can be. If for some reason you checked out Wadada but didn't give the B-sides a chance, then you made a huge mistake. This is a song that you need to check out. I do hope that they do this type of concept as a title track before they disband. This gave everything that it needed to give and was a great decision by Wake One. Shine. This is a song that was originally on Girls Planet, I believe, and then they made the final version for this album. I could be wrong on that, bear with me. I have not watched Girls Planet since it aired. My memory is horrific. Anyway, my opinion on this song is that it just isn't for me. I can understand why people like it because it's not the worst K-pop song I've heard by far. The vocals are pretty solid on the song, because it is a pretty high song. It is upbeat and good for a debut. I just don't listen to it. It's simply not my style, but I can appreciate it. Another Dream. This is another song from Girls Planet, but it is the traditional ballad, which means I automatically like it. I just love songs like this where the lyrics are about chasing dreams, and I am definitely also biased because of how it made me cry. I can't explain why I like songs like this, I just do. If you have a hopeful ballad, then it is an immediate ticket for success with me. The vocals also eat on this. Oh oh oh. Yes, I know that this is the theme song, so it is a little weird that I am ranking this quite high, but I just like it. I've listened to this more times than I probably should have. Is it the most iconic produced series mnet theme song? No, absolutely not. But does it still slap? Yes, it damn well does. And with that, we've finished the debut EP, and it is now time to move on to the summer bops that are the De Blast EP. Up. We are starting with Up, which is easily the summer song of the year when it came out. It was just everything that a summer song should be. It was vibrant, upbeat, catchy, and an all-around banger. Did it fit with Kep1er's space theme like Wadada? No, but I literally didn't care. If you create Song of the Year, then I don't give a fuck about lore. I still play this song way too much to this day, and now that it's summer again, get ready for me to play it even more. Le Voyage. This is a simple, cute song, and it actually probably would be higher if I had listened to it more. I don't have faults with the song, I just haven't listened to it as much as other songs. It's a nice, flowy, airy song that still carries the summer vibes of Up. Attention. This song was my immediate favorite B-side because it has a little bit of rock flavor in it, but not a lot. And you guys know that I'm a sucker for any rock, punk, etc. type of music in K-pop. But this song isn't rock, don't get it confused. It just has a light taste of the vibes. It is powerful, and it continues the summer theme throughout the album yet again. An all-around great song. Good Night. When I saw the title of the song, I really thought that it would be my favorite B-side because songs titled Good Night are usually bangers. I mean, Good Night and Go by Ariana Grande. Come on, that was a fantastic song. However, this actually ended up being the song that I played the least out of all of them. It isn't bad, I still like it, I just didn't play it a lot. I think it was a little too simple for me, but I still like it when it comes on, so if it is your favorite, then that's understandable. Rewind. When I first listened to this song, I liked it, but I thought that I wouldn't listen to it a lot, but I was so wrong. This has easily become my favorite B-side. I can't explain why either. It's slower, but it isn't a ballad. It has a subtle jazz vibe that I adore, and while I'm not going to dance around to this, I will certainly read, write, draw, edit, etc. to it. It's a chill song that almost sounds retro, but it isn't really trying to at the same time. And with that, we have finished Kep1er's sophomore EP, and we'll move on to their Japanese debut. I've heard that Kep1er is actually really popular in Japan, and they clearly love their Japanese fans because these Japanese releases do not disappoint. Wing Wing. This song just slapped. Is it a little weird? Yeah, it is. It has a very unique sound, but do I still love it? Yeah, I do. I think that it was a very solid Japanese debut, and I could just imagine it being performed in a concert. Daisy. This was the B-side for the Japanese EP. I actually didn't listen to this song a lot, but I do still like it. I just don't actively seek it out. I think that it served a good role in being a B-side because Wing Wing is definitely lead song material. This song has a lot of good vocals, and it's pleasant to listen to, but I just haven't played it a lot, so it is lower on the list. Up and Wadada Japanese version. These songs are gonna go right next to their Korean versions because they are the same song, just in a different language. Do I listen to these over the Korean versions? No. I'm used to these songs in Korean, but are the Japanese versions bad? No, absolutely not. They still sound good in Japanese, so they are right next to each other. And with that, we will move on to Kep1er's Universe music release of Sugar Rush. Sugar Rush is cute and extremely catchy. It's insane how much I will sing the chorus, but realistically, I don't listen to this song a lot. And that's usually how it goes with me for Universe music releases. I just never listen to them, but I do still like this song. The chorus is fun and new, so good job all around on this. And now we are entering Kep1er's third EP since debut, Troubleshooter, We Fresh. I know everyone hates on We Fresh. and I also do not care for the song at all. But I don't want to just be negative about it. I like the lead up to the chorus, and the music video was cool, but I just can't bring myself to listen to this song when the B-sides were so good on this album. I don't know how the same company that makes those bangers can make this a title track. I know that Up clearly wasn't following the space theme that everyone thought Kep1er would do, but it was still a good song, so I could overlook that. But this song just feels like Wake One lost all direction for the group. They didn't have a plan for what they wanted to do, but knew that they needed a comeback, so We Fresh was born. I won't spend any longer being negative when this album did still also give us some of the best B-sides of the year, so we can talk about that. Lion Tamer. I won't lie, I did think that this was an NCT song with that beginning whistle, but it just sounds similar. Overall, I like Lion Tamer, but I haven't listened to it a whole lot compared to the other B-sides. However, when it comes on, it is very fun to listen to. The chorus is the best part. The verses are not exactly memorable, so this is a cute song that gives off a confident sound. Downtown. Now we are in the B-sides for the books. This song is a record breaker in how much I have played it, and it was in my top 100 songs of last year. It's R&B inspired, but it isn't R&B. It's just a smooth sound, and it's actually a song that you would want to listen to cruising downtown. It's an all-around good vibe, and I've made up like 10 music videos in my head for it. We were robbed when we didn't get a music video. Also, vocals, vocals, vocals. Dreams. From one hit to another, back to back. This was easily my favorite Kep1er song of all time, until recently another song of theirs unseated it, but this is still top of the top. I mean, I feel dizzy, dizzy, tipsy, tipsy. This is another cruising song, and it is so smooth. I'm sorry that I can't find another word to explain it, but smooth is just the perfect word. Out of all Kep1er songs, I easily see this one in a teen drama or a coming-of-age movie. Where were the awards for this? Where was the music video? Where was the praise? Y'all slept on this, and I'm pissed. The Girls. This is the final song on the EP, and it is ranking pretty low for me. I do actually think that I could like this song more if I had listened to it more, but with the other B-sides being so powerful, I just ignored this. However, it has a sound that I like. It's almost there, it's just missing something. I don't know. It's a good, powerful song to listen to, though. And with that, we have finished the Troubleshooter EP and are moving to Kep1er's second Japanese release. And let me tell you, they did even better with this one than the first one. I do. Do you? This is such a good song and such a cute music video. I know that some K-pop fans ignore Japanese releases for groups, but this is one that you need to listen to. Wake One heard that people didn't vibe with We Fresh and said, we have to put everything into this. And they gave exactly what they needed to. This is such a fun little song, and it just makes you want to dance. Give me more masterpieces like this, please. Together Forever. They slayed with the title track, and they slayed with the B-side. I'm telling you that this Japanese comeback was serving everything it needed to. This is a song that I just instantly liked on first listen. It has a sentimental vibe, but the chorus is still kind of fast-paced, and it is still dance-worthy. Y'all could have made edits with this song, and you didn't. Japanese version of We Fresh and Mask. These two Japanese versions are the same as the other Japanese versions, so I'm putting them right next to the original. Remix. The final song is the Wadada remix, and I'm just not a fan of this. I usually don't listen to remixes anyway because it's very rare that it improves a song. Like, I'll listen to the regular Wadada instead. Finally, we are on the Love Struck EP, which is the most recent and, in my opinion, the overall strongest. Giddy. I still prefer Up as my favorite title track, but Giddy is not far behind. It has a slight retro/80s inspired vibe. It's extremely catchy. The only part that I'm not crazy about is the bridge. Lovely. This B-side is top tier, and it is actually my least played on the album. That's how good the B-sides are on this EP. This is just the kind of sound that Kep1er needs to do. It's so good. I highly recommend this song, and I need to see this being played at a concert. Back to the City. This is the B-side off of the album that everyone was talking about, and I get why. It's become my favorite Kep1er song of all time. I don't know how to describe it. It continues the retro vibes and combines them with the city driving vibes of the Troubleshooter EP. I think that so many potential fans need to hear this song and give the B-sides a chance, because I know that you'll like this. Why? I enjoy Why so much. It is another fantastic B-side off of this album. It It has an old school sound to it that just reminds me of older girl groups in K-pop, the chorus especially, and all the rap sections are actually necessary. It's kind of rare nowadays to find a K-pop song with a rap section that is needed, but in this song it actually makes sense and is very good. Y also continues the kind of retro vibes that the rest of the album has, with Back to the City, Lovely, and Giddy a little bit slightly. And the more that I look at this album and the overall discography of Kep1er, the more that I realize that they actually do have pretty cohesive sound when it comes to their specific albums. A lot of people complain that Kep1er doesn't know where they're going, or Wake1 doesn't know where they're going with Kep1er and the direction that they want to go creatively. I would agree with that when it comes to setting up a concept and sticking to it. However, I would say that Kep1er actually does a pretty good job of having a coherent sound throughout their albums. Like, for example, Wadada, the album First Impact, had kind of a space theme that everyone was expecting them to go with, and all of the B-sides reflected that slightly in some way. Then you go to Up, which had the summer theme because it was released in summer, and all of the B-sides sound fresh and summery. And then you go to Troubleshooter, that EP, and it had kind of a city driving, like, old school sound, but they're not completely in retro yet, and all of the songs sound like that. And then you get to Giddy, and this whole album sounds very cute, retro inspired, but still modern, and has the theme of like love or sounding like you're in love. So I would say that all their albums are beautifully cohesive. And with that, we actually do come to the final song, which is Happy Ending. Happy Ending is the final song on the album, and it once again sticks tried and true to the theme of retro inspired. So I say inspired, don't go into these songs if you've never heard them expecting like a 1980s sound. That's not what you're gonna get. You're getting like old school K-pop inspiration. Like old girl groups can definitely sing these songs. The vocals on this song are airy, they're light, the whole song makes you feel like you're floating, and it's really a sentimental bop. It's like what's supposed to be the ballad at the end of the EP, but they still make it dance-worthy. It is the perfect example of why you need to give the B-sides for Kep1er a chance. You don't have to like their title track. Oftentimes, I think that their title tracks are usually not the best songs on the whole album. Their B-sides really shine through, and it really sucks to know that a lot of K-pop fans will listen to a title track, not like it, and kind of throw away the whole album and never listen to it. I understand why they do that, but I would say if there's a group that I would beg you to give a chance when it comes to B-sides, it would 100% be Kep1er. I'm so excited to see what they do next, because they've done so many concepts, and although that does kind of mean that there isn't a coherent lore or theme, I'm excited to see what they can pull off next, because all of their songs are so different from each other, and they've pulled off every single one concept-wise. They have great vocalists, great rappers. I know a lot of people were very unhappy with the lineup. That's what you're gonna get when you get a produced series. That happens with every produced series, but by no means is this a weak lineup. It's a good one. They managed to execute what they need to execute. They managed to have popularity when they need to have popularity. They unfortunately just managed to debut at a time when girl groups were really popping off, so they kind of lacked in, I think, what mnet thought they would originally have popularity wise. But they are still very much popular, and I do hope that people continue to listen to them, because their music, their concepts, and their members are all really cool. And with that, I will bring our ranking of Kep1er's discography, of what they have released so far, to a close. As I said at the beginning, I will be re-ranking Kep1er once they are finally over with their temporary contracts, but for now I am happy with the ranking that you see before you, and I hope you found a new song today. And if you knew all these songs already, tell me which ones are your favorite, title track and B-side. As always, I will see you guys next time, and let me know who you want me to rank next. As always, I will see you guys next time, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.